Alright guys, we're here to check out the rewards for the trials, the Gauntlet, and we have actually made a couple placements over here. Okay, so I actually did a few different placements. I did get worthy at some point, but let's go ahead and see. Does it tell us what we got? Okay, it just says completing the trials. So we got a couple of these. I know in the very beginning we placed top 500 and then also placed top 20. So I'm not sure exactly, which one gives what. Okay, oh, it does it multiple times. Okay. So, we get a bunch of caches. All right, let's open these up and let's find out what's inside. So, in total, this is how many we got. Again, top 20 and top 500 is the two things that I did participate in. Looks like we got 7 caches, and let's find out if this was worthy. I'm just really looking for uber uniques at this point because anything else that's not going to be an uber unique, it's probably not going to be an upgrade. So, at least it's all ancestral. Is it all at least 925? Okay, let's check out the first thing. And I'm going to use this kind of as a marker of like what was actually good. So over here, I mean, this thing didn't really roll well, but it is at least a 925. All right, so I'm guessing everything is at least 925. So we have all stats, crit, basic, injured. Okay, so basic and injured are generally going to be seen as like not very good, but the all stats is pretty nice to have, unless you're running a basic skill, which I actually do want to play. So that is something that I can use for like kind of a niche build. This is not going to be too useful for us. We got all stats, core, close, and this is going to be actually usable. So that's pretty cool. We got 2 things that are at least usable, and then this over here, unless I wanted the aspect, it's not going to be something I'm interested in. So we still have 6 more caches, and so far I think everything has been 925, which is good. One thing, we have something that's not 925, so not everything is even 925. So as far as these rewards go, this is a 920. Wow, that's very interesting. I was thinking they were all going to be 925. So, as far as rewards go, I mean, sure, certain items like rings, for example, it doesn't have to be 925 to be good. It's basically just in the weapon department where, like, you definitely want to be 925. Amulet's kind of nice, too, to have 925, and the reason why the amulet is good to have 925 is because, well, you get more resistances. So, I'm going to go ahead and move some of these over here so we can kind of see what we got. And see how many good items we actually got. So another 925, it's got pen shot, lucky hit, but then it's got int, so it's not going to be too useful. Ideally, you want like attack speed and crit strike chance. We have double res int, not going to be too useful for the rogue. And then we got another 925 over here, which is all stats, vulnerable, which are 2 good stats, but then there's trapped and injured. I'd say that's kind of underwhelming. Another 925, but not really that great. I don't get why they're just not all guaranteed at least 925, because if they're not, then I would say people are just going to feel a little bit upset. Seems like there still is some sort of a disconnect with what's actually going to be used during the end game here for these rewards. So over here, ideally on boots, we got like resistance and then triple res, and then movement speed would be kind of nice, but damage reduction while injured is an okay stat. There's like 2 stats that are kind of unusable for the rogue here. All right, here we go. We've got resource gen, max life, vulnerable damage. Ideally, you would want you'd want to have life and crit strike chance, and because it didn't roll either one of those, it's unfortunately kind of bad unless I didn't really want to have HP on a ring. But, I mean, it's at least 925. The maximum energy is kind of low on it, but if I rolled the max energy to crit strike chance, it could be usable. It's like a okay-ish item. I'm not really interested in trying to sell things for gold at this point, but it could be another option if you were interested in getting gold. But at this point, we're kind of like so far into the season. Unless it's like a godly GG item, it probably won't sell if you listed it on a trade website. Okay, so we didn't, not even 925 again. Nothing good over there, unless the aspect is really good. Okay, granting us barrier. And then we have life on kill, barrier gen. Okay, so far we've gotten like 2 pretty solid like GG items. Like these, like if I was running a basic attack build, this would actually be pretty dang good. And that is because there's something with like pain gorge or gauntlets and a niche build that you can make with it. These leaving some sort of stun grenades, and the rest of the stats I don't really like. Let's see. Now, you ideally on defensive stats, and this is one thing that they're going to rework in the next season, is they are going to be changing some of the itemization, and hopefully some of these things that are like damage reduction versus like poison and stuff like that. Hopefully a lot of these will just move to just straight damage reduction versus like some sort of condition here. 2 stats and then movement speed, slow duration. Not going to be too useful either. And then finally, so this is basically 7 caches worth of items. And I don't know what the average player will be getting. I don't know if the placement matters at the start or at the very end. In terms of where does it actually count here, but I wanted to kind of make a Diablo video, as it's been a while since we talked about it, because I'm kind of waiting for the next season and the new itemization change here. But in terms of rewards, I would say, because I also have to wait a week for this, that is not what I would consider ideal. Damage to crowd control is definitely used for like close quarters combat, which could be technically like best in slot if it rolled like perfect over there, and then we had like dex all stats, but unfortunately it did not roll those. So that's not going to be too good. And then we have some damage reduction. I think what would have been actually a cool thing is guaranteed 925. And let's say all of the stats on it, like the shadow res, the damage reduction, all of those, if those all rolled perfect, it would give me some sort of incentives to try to play the gauntlet so I can get gear and I can get excited, because I can go into a random vault or a nightmare dungeon and I could get pretty much the same exact pieces of gear. So all of these opening up, if each one of these had a spark so I can craft a uber unique, then I would be more interested in actually getting these. So in terms of gauntlet rewards, I want to say I feel very underwhelmed. I'm curious to know, maybe your guys' results were better. Did any of you guys get any uber uniques out of these, or was it just kind of just like, okay, well, you get some 925 gear, but I could just go to a nightmare dungeon and get that? So there seems to be a disconnect with the rewards, not proportional to the difficulty. Even though it's not very hard, you still have to place to actually get these rewards. You have to get the worthy title. But anyways, 7 caches open up, and I want to say I'm quite disappointed with the results. But again, let me know your thoughts down below on the Gauntlet rewards, as I just now opened mine up, and I want to say we need better rewards. What do you guys have suggestions for rewards? Let me know down below. Again, I would say Uber Uniques would be a great start, and Uber Unique Shards as more of a common drop. Maybe like each one can just open up. I mean, keep in mind, this is like way late into the season where eventually we ended up getting like double Duriel drops, and that was towards the end of last season. But anyways, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know yours down below. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, sub if you're new here. You will see more Diablo content in the future. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.